I talk a lot on my channel about decluttering, organization, organize your fridge, organize your bedroom, organize your closet, organize your kids' room. I mean, who doesn't love a good org, right? I cannot function well in a cluttered, messy environment. It's too much for me, and so I have developed a system that has helped me cope and keep the clutter out of my home. Back at the beginning of lockdown, April 2020, I made this video showing you how I organize my pantry, and literally I use this method with every space in my home. I'll link the video here or here and in my description if you want to go and check it out. But today I'm going to go one step further when it comes to organizing your pantry. We're going to talk about in this video why you need to do this, why starting in your pantry is a great place to start if you've just jumped on this organization bandwagon, and most importantly, how you can keep your pantry and essentially your whole home clutter-free and organized forever. So if this is your jam, keep watching. What do you think about the hair, people? What do you think? If this is your first time watching me, hello, my name is Julie. I'm an occupational therapist, a mom of two little ones, age 5 and 3, and I am pregnant with my third one, so having a clutter-free home and being organized is of paramount importance to me at this stage in my life. I'm here to help you turn your cluttered home into something that you can be proud of, something that you could even call your sanctuary, even if you have kids, even when life gets crazy and chaotic, and even during a pandemic. If you like videos that are here to help you improve your life, your relationship with yourself, your kids, your spouse, then make sure you go ahead and subscribe, click that notification bell, give this video a big thumbs up, and don't forget to check out my new revamped mini course, Take Charge, which teaches you how to take back control, start to organize your life in just 3 days. All the links are down below in the description. Even more exciting, my signature course, The Organized Mom, is going to be relaunched really soon, so make sure that you click the link below to get your name on the waitlist so you are the first one that is notified when we go live. Everything that I discuss in my videos here on YouTube and on my Instagram is really the tip of the iceberg when it comes to transforming your life and creating long-lasting habits that work for you and will stick. I'm beyond excited to have a course that can go into these topics in more detail, help you on your transformation journey, and provide you with the outcome that you desire to live the life of your dreams. Why do you need to organize your pantry in the first place? Here's the thing, organization is not just about aesthetics. And it doesn't just come naturally to a lot of people. One of the things I hear the most from my students is that they don't identify as being an organized person. They weren't taught how to be organized as a child. They grew up in a lot of chaos and disorder, and so they really don't even know how to be organized. That perspective on organization is really a whole other topic, but really the key here is that if organization was so simple and just about buying containers from Target or going to the container store and absorbing all the vibes, everybody would have a Pinterest pantry and we wouldn't be talking about this. You need to be organizing your pantry and anything else beyond just how it looks. It needs to be functional, and the long-term gain is that it saves you so much time in mental fatigue as well as trying to find things. You need to be thinking about the reasons why you're organizing your pantry beyond just how it looks, but think about that time that's spent looking for things. Could be with your kids. You could be playing with your kids, you could be reading with them, you could be going for a walk, doing so many other things besides playing cat and mouse with trying to find things in your pantry. By having an organized pantry, you reduce the need to flip out when you can't find something. Perhaps it stops you from shouting at members of your family or spending time looking for an ingredient, realizing that you don't have it, and then having to kind of start from scratch when it comes to making dinner. Organizing your pantry is not just about you. When you have an organized pantry, your kids are able to learn where things are, learn what types of ingredients you have in your home. They start to be able to access things, and this builds independence, autonomy, and ultimately their self-esteem, which is really critical for raising little humans. you start to create self-sufficient, awesome kids who actually want to help you in the kitchen. Bonus points, because as those children grow up and go and live with other people, roommates, get married, you're gonna have great karma bucks coming to you, because now you have someone who's able to identify onion powder and a shallot. So you see, when you organize a pantry, it's way more about how it would look on Pinterest and more about the time that you save, the relationships that you can build in that time, the decreased opportunity for frustration and mental fatigue. It's so much more about building connections and longevity of your family. So when you're feeling spent, when you don't want to organize, when you'd rather just veg out on the couch, then restructure your life. Think about the why behind organizing a pantry, a bathroom, a closet. Think about what it gives you back when you're really struggling to get started. It's about the why that helps us go through those tough times. So why start with your pantry? Well, there are probably tons of places in your home that need attention right now. Why am I suggesting the pantry? There are a number of reasons. First being, your pantry is in the heart of your home. It's in the kitchen. And if you're like most people, you probably need to eat at least 3 times a day, especially if you're stuck at home. And if you have kids, you're probably making meals even more than that. The pantry is a high traffic zone, and no matter what, everybody needs to eat. You may as well start with people's favorite thing, which is food. Having a clean, organized, and functional pantry will reduce the need to buy duplicates of things by mistake, to overspend, to not know what to cook for dinner, because you can actually use your pantry as inspiration for what to make. It also makes sure that you're not wasting food, because when you have food stuffed at the back of your pantry for months and months, eventually you're gonna have to throw it out, and that is just an absolute waste. When you can actually see what you have, when your pantry is organized, you are much more likely to cook at home, because you're reducing the barriers to being able to access ingredients. You're less likely to order takeout, which means you save money, but more importantly, it is healthier for you and your family. And this could even be a launching pad to teach other people how to cook. Wouldn't it be great if, instead of someone coming to you saying, "Honey, where's the ketchup? Honey, where is the parsley? Honey, where are the breadcrumbs?" It's all there, and they can easily find it. If you know, you know. Another great reason to tackle your pantry first is using the power of momentum. So something that I always talk about with my students and just with people in general is that you want to use the confined space to store items. So typically a pantry will be a little room or a closet, or if you live in New York City, maybe just one little cupboard. But using the confines of that pantry, you have clearly defined boundaries as to what can and cannot fit in there. It also means that this project has a beginning and an end, because there's a set structure. So if you saw my previous pantry video, and if you see any of these videos up on YouTube, people usually take everything out, they clean the pantry, and then they restock it, which means you could probably do that, depending on the size of your pantry, within a couple of hours, or maybe a couple of days if you wanted to buy something special for it. But it's an easy project to get started. It is super visually appealing and almost instant gratification, which will help get you on that momentum for starting to declutter other aspects of your home, which is what we want. So I promised that I would talk about how to sustain a clean and organized pantry in this video. As I alluded to before, when you have a strong why for anything, whether it's your health, relationships, studying, whatever it may be, it is much easier to push through the tough times. And just on a surface level, why would you want to be stressing about your pantry? We have way bigger things to worry about and put our energy on. Why should it be your pantry? By having less in your pantry, by not overcrowding, you're able to see what is going on. And as I said before, you're less likely to overbuy items, which means that your pantry will not get crowded over time. By having less items in your pantry, you're also able to kind of cope with maintaining it. You're able to keep the space organized because it's not overrun by too many things, and you can cope with it so much better. The best part of all of this, and really the trick to longevity with anything, is to make this a habit. Make this the status quo for your family. Especially if you have young kids that are growing up, they will start to kind of expect that a pantry looks a certain way. And when things start to get out of control, there's a lot of underlying stress that sometimes we don't even realize, but you start to get uncomfortable and annoyed with how it looks, and you're much more likely to take action to clean it all up. Plus, you have less in there, you have a more functional system, therefore it is easy for you to quickly go in there and maybe clear out something, change a few bins or storage bins if there's only like this much rice in something. It doesn't take long, it's so much less overwhelming and it's so much easier to maintain. But really the trick is that you've conditioned your mind to see a pantry in a certain way and expect it to operate in this way, and therefore you cannot live with it in a mess. I mentioned earlier about using your pantry as inspiration for meals. And you know that age-old thing, what's for dinner? I don't know what to cook, all this kind of stuff. When you can see what's going on in your pantry, you can see, oh, I have these lentils that I haven't used for a long time, or let's have something with rice tonight, or I want to use this type of spice that I bought for some mystery meal a year ago before it goes off. You're able to use your pantry to inspire what you're going to have for dinner, and this way you're able to have more diverse meals, you're not going to waste things, and it's going to be a win-win for everybody. So will you take this slightly unconventional approach to your pantry? Your pantry and your family need you to set the tone for your household and make sure that your home is a well-run machine so that when chaos and crazy strike, you have the status quo all figured out, the foundations are laid there, and you're going to set yourself up for success. On the flip side, when more meaningful things come up, when you can spend more time with your kids, go take a bubble bath, go for a walk, you can, because that pesky pantry is not shouting in your ear, making sure that you remember that it needs to be clean and organized. You know that everything is taken care of at home. So don't forget to go ahead and subscribe so that you're notified in my next video going into much more detail about my 3 easy step system to decluttering your whole life really goes live. This is a system that I have used for years, that I use over and over again, and I'm going to go into a lot of detail. I'm going to show you how to implement this system into your life so that you can take back control and create your dream life. Until then, don't forget to grab the free mini course with all the details down below. Get signed up for the Organized Mom waitlist. Follow me on Instagram for daily inspiration, tips, and updates. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.